Okay, so Royal Rumble weekend, WWE kicked out 2 new network specials. So, tell both of them. First, WWE Chronicle Paige. This pretty much is her return / retirement. Yeah, they likely hit at the fact that for the better part of a year she was out either with suspensions or injury. So she came back. Came back with absolution. Not, was it Lenny Lane with the spray bottle? Like, absolution. And I felt like that was actually going to be something. She had some matches back. She mentioned that she was kind of rough. I liked when they show her coming back, and there's Vince, and Vince is like, good job for you. You haven't been back for. That was a long match for me as a wrestler. She's like, I slipped my pants. I was like, huh? The bit where she's like, oh, I couldn't find a knee pad, so she wrapped her knee in a bra to get the knee pad look to it. I liked seeing her pal around with both Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. They also hit at the fact that she took a shot from behind, and they show the footage of the Sasha Banks incident, where she takes effectively there's a bad bump. And her laying in the ring, like, you can tell she's trying to move, and her body's just not responding. And the backdrop's also the build to the Royal Rumble. It says McMahon talking to her, like the den mother, like, you know what? You are a huge part of this happening. You're not in the ring, but what you did laid the groundwork for what's going on in that ring. And it showed that nice, familial bond for it. I was like, yeah, all the Chronicles, it's good. Very good. Half in character, half out of character, but you know what? Done incredibly well. Now, WWE 24 New Orleans. I do love the fact that they show stuff happening before it. And they talk about, man, remember a couple years ago? You came out of Tank Rusev and everyone hated you? Now everyone's just screaming Rusev Day all over the place? He's like, yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's even crazier, too, when you think back of the storylines that were going on at that time, and then jump forward not quite a year. They used to talk about their 10-year story to get into the main card of WrestleMania. And they had a short match, but they got on the main card. It took them 10 years. So to put that in perspective, the same number of Uso matches on the main card, it's the same number as Shane McMahon Hell in a Cell matches. Just throw that out there. There's a hilarious part where Dana Brooks is putting lotion on Sonya Deville. They're both in costume. And the guys kind of stop and they kind of look at her. Roman Reigns drives up in the golf cart, stops, looks at him. They kind of look back and he goes, I got places to be, and just drives off. But the fact everyone's kind of either it's because the camera was there and everyone's kind of played up, but it just had that moment of this is entirely random, but it's hilarious. Decent about Nia Jax too, because remember that was when she was the face in her bullying angle with Alexa Bliss. I think you see who she's at now. She went from being a fan favorite, crowd was behind her, to insane amounts of heat. Now, the fact that they don't really show what leads up to WrestleMania and WrestleMania itself, I wish they would spend more time on Brock Lesnar throwing the title at Vince McMahon. Vince cuts them out. The end piece with Roman Reigns. I'll be honest, he's not Roman. At this time, he's Joe. He's the Samoan named Joe. It's cool as the other side of the pillow. He's there, head's busted open. It's like, man, I don't know how much I've got left in me. So he's talking about the stitches he's got. He's there with his family. And he's like, he's like, I'm fine. He's like, I'm gonna be okay. dried blood on his face. They're doing stitches and staples. I come there going, that's the guy we need. That's the guy the fans would galvanize behind. Larger than life? A little bit. But tremendously big heart. And a guy that you go, you know what? I wouldn't mind hanging out with him. At all. Which make him just enough an anti-Cena. Because Cena, larger than life personality, and then you see his home life and you're like, I wouldn't want to spend time with away from the ring John Cena. He seems kind of high-strung. Then they show Roman Reigns away from the ring. Samoan named Joe. Family man. That's a guy they showed having tea with his daughter as part of, like the dad's matter bit. Run with that. So run with that. They also talk about the meaning behind their costumes. And I dug that too. It's like, oh yeah, last year I did this year I'm going to do this. Some people are going to get it. And it was just really great to see the behind the scenes stuff. Still not as good as Orlando, because you had the Hardys. And them sneaking around, showing up at a place exploding, that was huge. But this one, it had just the right amount of, this is Daniel Bryan returning. Oh man, last time I was here, this is what happened. There's enough callbacks to make it really good, and it takes away some of the cynicism that you kind of watching wrestling for so long, and it puts it into a very different perspective. I recommend watching it, if anything else, to really get an understanding as to why you're a fan of wrestling, why you love it, and why there are people who are going out there who are putting their bodies through absolute misery for our entertainment.